Hi, Chris. I am looking at the requisition, Clinical Conduct Associate. And if you look at the Forms tab underneath this requisition, it shows you where you're triggering your background check. And it's not listed. And that's why you're not seeing it triggering, because it's not associated with this position when the job template was created. So first and foremost, I'm going to show you here, I'm going to add the background check here at job offer. Meaning when I move someone, you can see send after. When they land on job offer and they get moved from job offer to background check, that's going to trigger out or the redirection pop-up that allows me to send out a background check. Now keep in mind, your current Career Builder employment screening and clipboarding integration is going to hinder the ability to completely use the background check functionality of the system, but you'll be able to see the front end of it, meaning how do I trigger them out? We just don't have the information coming back into the ATS until we pull apart that integration, which I understand you don't want to do until you go live. Anyway, let's look at view candidates and process here. And I have Peter Parker right here listed at the workflow step of job offer. So the next step I could possibly move to is background check. Now, if I hover on go, you're going to see it says send email with links to background authorization and application. And when I do that, it's going to then bring this pop-up into play. And from here, I can choose my order location. And then I can choose my basic package or optional reports, etc. And then click send invitation. So we can trigger that. And then we'll be instructed that we can close the window. And you can see now Peter Parker here is listed on the background check step. Now the second part of the integration, when we pull apart clipboarding from CBES, is going to produce an icon that allows you to see the background check was triggered as well as the status. Plus there'll be an area in the history section of each candidate towards the bottom here for employment screening. It'll show you what package or packages were sent, when it was requested, and then you'd see an update and a status. So if it's pending or if it's cleared or if it's failed, and then a link to the results are also going to be listed in this section right here for you. So that's the reason why you didn't see it on this clinical conduct associate, but just to show you how this works in the back end, meaning how you're going to control each position of which ones you want to associate with background checks for, say, obviously US-based jobs. So there's two sections here. If I go into the toolbox, the first section we want to look at here is Forms Workflow Templates. Now, if you remember when I first was in the requisition, I went to the Forms tab right here, and that dictated where the package is. So I did an ad hoc edition of the background check, but in advance, what you do is you have a Forms Workflow Template here, which we have a default one, and it's listed as job offer to background check, meaning that when I take this Forms Workflow template of default and I add to my position, when I create my requisition, the system will always know to trigger out that redirection pop-up for me to select my background check packages. So let's go back into the toolbox now, and we'll go to standard job templates. And at the position level, so let's see here, let's go to clinic. So depending on whether they're US based or not, this is where you want to add which ones don't or do get the background check pop-up. So I don't know how this is all configured on your end, and I'd be more than happy to help if you could give me some direction. I wouldn't mind doing some of this work for you by assigning the default template, but I don't know which ones are UK, US, European based positions. But at the position level, say Clinical Conduct Associate, when you open up the position at the very bottom, you have a section for your workflow template. And there's the default, the one that we were looking at in the toolbox. So if I select this and click OK, it means that every time I create this position, it knows that when I move someone from the offer to the background check, it's going to trigger out that background check. So you want to assign it at the position level. You can also do it again ad hoc. So when you're opening up a rack, I would recommend doing it at the standard job template level Otherwise, something could get lost in the shuffle, right? You're not going to remember every time to add it to the Forms tab. So again, I would recommend doing it in the standard job template section of the toolbox. Let me know if you have any questions and be more than happy to help.